Hello, friends. It's Carl here. Bohemian Nomad, Santa Claus, Nordic, something. I don't know. Whatever. Um, I'm crushing it today. I went to 8 hours of school driving a semi, big rig with my son. We drove all over the place. We drove the course that we're going to have to do for our test. Should be done in about a week. Hopefully, I'll pass first round, pass all my tests first round, but who knows? We had a couple people fail just for doing stupid stuff. But hopefully that doesn't happen to me. Hopefully it doesn't happen to my son. So we're all good. But crushing it. Went to school. Went to Sam's. Also go to Costco to get gas. Went to Longhorn. Got a steak dinner and took it to my wife's place of employment because she's working till 10 o'clock tonight. So we had a nice dinner in the break room. What else did I do? I didn't go to Walmart. But anyway, picked up my prescriptions. So I must be crushing it because I'm doing all that stuff. I didn't walk, and that's a problem because I'm going to class and just sitting in a semi, so I'm not really getting any exercise. But on the Saturdays and Sundays, I'm still delivering Amazon, so I'm getting exercise there. That's one of my big advices is take a job where you exercise because then you're getting paid to exercise, and then when you're not working, your exercise is already taken care of. It's pretty cool. Anyway, Tim's still alive. He put up some videos. He's having a rough time of it because he's cheap and cracked me up. Anonymous grifter. I know I said I wouldn't do this, but I can't help it. It was just so funny. It's a Black Widow Tammy. Took out a big life insurance policy on Tim, and when Tim goes filming, he gets near the edge of that boat. Whoo! There he goes. Tammy gets a windfall. Another Black Widow Tammy victim. You know, you hear about all that stuff, all these stories. They're in my feed. This dude has these wacko stories, takes about 5 minutes, and it's always weird stuff like that. So anyway, that would be cool, but there's a lot of cameras, so they might catch that. And then you never put it, you know, Tim could do that too, have a big life insurance policy on Tammy. So they both probably need to stay away from the balconies. I don't know. I can't figure Tammy out. I got no clue. I can figure Tim out. He wears his whole life on his sleeve. He's there for anybody to see that wants to know. But one thing I'd like to know in my comments, you don't have to subscribe or like or anything like that. But if you love Tim and you're giving Tim money, could you tell me why? Why after all this time you're still giving him money? I don't get it. Now, I've had people in my comments that say they used to be on the Tim bandwagon and they gave him money and stuff like that, but they let me know that that's a thing of the past. They don't do that anymore. They may still watch him, but they're not giving him money. But if you're still giving him money, I would be curious to know why. I would have no clue. He's on a, what is it, a $5,000 cruise, $4,000 cruise? I don't have any idea. I'm a little jealous though because back when we went to Cozumel the first time, I wanted to go on that cruise, and I'd still like to go on that cruise. But then I listened to New York Dan, and New York Dan was like, it's not as good as you think it is. And so go over to New York Dan. He'll tell you all about it and why you wouldn't like it. And it made a lot of sense to me, and it didn't sound like fun. So I'm curious to see how it goes for Tim, to see if that's going to be fun. But he's cheap. You can get internet to upload videos and send home. New York Dan did it. New York Dan was sending 10-minute videos in real time, and New York Dan's cruise was awesome. I enjoyed that immensely. And even though I'm not the hugest fan of Tim as a person, I'm enjoying watching the cruise, seeing what's going on there, because I think I'd like to do that cruise. But I don't know. Thing that always bugs me, I'm a little cheap myself. And when they ask me to pay for internet, I'm like, no, I'll just talk to people when I get back. And and then man, on the last day you gotta tip like 25 people, 10 of which are people you never even saw, but they all want tips. And you know I guess you could stiff them. I don't know what the rule is on that, but they have a suggested tip. And if they went above and beyond, you should give a little bit more. But I know a lot of these people, at least, well, I get all my information from the internet, so it could be completely wrong. But supposedly, a bunch of these people are from other countries, and they're basically working 12 hours a day for next to nothing, and they depend on their tips, and they send that money home to support their families. So even though I didn't like paying the tips because I'm cheap too, I understood it was good, and so we did it. You know, I'm not a good person because I didn't like doing it, but I did it. So I don't know. Does that make me good? I have no idea. But anyway, yeah. So he just cracked me up today because he got on there about, oh, you can't reserve lounge chairs if you're not here. That's just terrible. Why would people do that? And he's like, you can't be doing that. He's like lecturing people about common courtesy. Why he's filming people's kids and shit. Sorry. Why he's filming people's kids and other people. And he's just walking around putting a camera in people's face. And then he's, well, you can't do this. That's just not good. That's terrible. Oh, man, come on. That cracked me up. I thought that was funny. You know, Tim lecturing us on common courtesy on a cruise. I mean, he's probably touching everything. And someone in my comments was talking about, oh, you're just jealous you want to be on a cruise. Yeah, I would mind going on a cruise. I want a cruise and he was there. It wouldn't bother me a bit. But I need lots of hand sanitizer because I'm no germaphobe, but he is just making me, whew. You know, now when I picked up in a grocery store, I think about him, and then when I see these old ladies in front of me get their baskets to go shopping and they're wiping them all down, I'm like, I don't think they're so crazy anymore. And you got people like Tim running around. Oh yeah, and I comment. This is headquarters. I had to go out and write it down again because I can't remember, but it's Cherokee Limited, 274 DBH. 27 is 27 feet. I think Tim's camper is 25 feet, so I got 2 more feet of camper than Tim, if that means anything. I find that funny. But it's not the best camper ever, but the wife wanted the bunkhouse because we took it out, and she made a walk-in closet. And she's got a lot of clothes. You know, I don't know. What can I do? They're not my clothes. But that's why she picked the camper. She picked the camper. I didn't have anything to do with it. I said it's fine. I can live here. It's no big deal. It's got everything I need. I've gone over that before. But it's just a camper. It's got all the stuff. Camper's 6 years old. It's not brand new. And no, nothing exciting about it. 6 years old. Bought it for $15,000 cash. Cost $650 a month to be sitting here in the park. That's it. I pay no real estate taxes. Now, I know before you go banging on the keyboards that real estate taxes are being paid by the entire park, you know, and then you could say a small percentage goes to the little lot I'm in, you know, whatever. I don't pay any real estate taxes, and I love it because I hate paying real estate taxes. Man, you get that bill. And I told you before, here in Peoria, we got this thing called a rain tax. If the rain falls on your property and you have an impermeable surface, a surface that water won't go through, whatever square footage that is, you got to pay tax on it because the rain's not going in the ground. That's bull, you know what. And I hate that tax. I don't pay that either anymore. Anyway, but Tim is cheap. He's not paying for internet. He got this free internet. He got one day, she got one day. But you know, it's crap internet. It's just enough to maybe read some emails and stuff like that. You know, it's terrible. So if he wants to upload videos and stuff, he's got to pay for it. And he's too cheap to do that. And he's trying to give us a line that it's not available and you can't get it. And that's bullshit because New York Dan uploaded 10-minute videos. And it was within an hour of him filming it. And you knew it, you knew it, you knew it. Cheap. But I'm cheap too. So, you know, everybody likes to save money. everybody spends money on different things, you know. Anyway, I'm bored. I guess there's the presidential debate. Not interested. Either one, whatever. The corporations have paid both sides, so whoever gets elected, the corporations will do just fine. Your Fortune 500 companies are going to be just fine, so don't worry about them. And hopefully they'll let the money trickle down to the rest of us. Whatever. Anyway, do it. Just bored, waiting for my wife to get home. Hanging out with the dog. He's all tired, goofing off, and it's great seeing you. Joy tells you to call somebody you love. Tell them you love them. It's a good idea. And Tracy says, never forget that you're magic. That's my favorite. And I say it's Tuesday evening, right before the debate or during the debate. And you guys are looking fantastic. I don't know how you do it. You looked fantastic last night, and you look even better tonight. It's awesome. So you guys have a great night. I hope if you watch it, it goes exactly the way you want it to go. Whatever. Either way, there'll be a president. Who knows? Anyway, that's about as much as I'm going to go into that. Peace. We'll see you later. Have a great night.